Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with your weekend update. We're bringing you all kinds of things. We got some big bullet points to hit. Amazon Prime Day's coming up. We got Dad's Day / Man's Day if you're not a dad, or if you're just even a fur baby dad. We've got some 9/1 release numbers, or I should say exact release dates for that. Bear with us. I don't have World of Warcraft on in the background today. No internet. They were supposed to hook us up Friday. We'll get into all this, okay? Hang in there with us as we play the intro. Dr. Fox back here with you with the weekend update. I put that recording in case we could ever get that intro, and that's why I hit bullet points and then I start my show, if you will, because I was always hoping for a 3 to 5 second little intro that we could plug in there, and I have it uploaded on YouTube. But anyway, it runs into some issue. How are you all holding up out there? I am exhausted, and yes, I know it happens with age. I know. And I work out 6 days a week. I do yoga. I do, like today, I did Tai Chi. So no internet today. That's fine. I've lived without it since and I'm not going to burn through my data I've got either. But I am sore from head to toe. And it has been, right now my back aches, my legs, my knees, I think the only thing is these are definitely pounding right now, and of course my carpal tunnel's acting up, and then of course my bum knee. You should see that. It's horrific. I've got like 2 large, huge bruises on that. It's terrible without giving too much TMI. You see, there is a temporary background for us. I'll get into explaining some of that in a minute. I just want to hit some of our bullet points, and you might finally notice that we have a little better Cat-Cam setup over here, and something looks kind of different. Again, we'll get into that, at least for now. You get to see Ms Mora all cuddled up like a little black ball in the corner over there, enjoying the nice new couch setup. Temporary, if you will, before the other setup gets going. And I'm going to tweak that. I'm waiting for this mesh that goes underneath so it doesn't slide off of there. Well, but that's again frivolous. We'll get into all that anyway. So let's hit some of these things. Prime Day, that's dropping tomorrow and Tuesday, June 21st, 22nd. There have been some, if you're already a Prime member, remember, as a little micro secret, or if you already know this, you can sign up for a temporary one without costing you some money. Yes, we know sometimes you got to give your card and things like that, but that can give you access to some of the early bird specials, which you might notice. Oh no, the camera's not pushed up a little bit. I had a Prime deal that came in for me. One of the Fire TVs, 55-inch 4K UHD. Whew. Well, I'm prepping because the end of August will be the Transformers Blu-ray UHD. I already have that pre-ordered, and I've got a small surround sound set up over there. It's not even all plugged in. It's just setting there right now because, like I said, I'm hoping to get internet tomorrow. It was supposed to happen Friday. We'll get into that in a little bit. But so we want to just kind of cover that. There's some other Prime. Of course, there's always things like we see with the. If I say Alexa, no, she's not activated right now. It's fine. My apologies if you're playing this out loud and it activates one near you. I should beat that out. But my editing skills right now, my setup, I can't really do the best for that. Anyway, I'll just pause audibly, meaning I'll go like that, and that way you'll know. Happy Dad's Day, happy Man's Day. If you're not a dad, if you're even just have a fur baby, happy Fur Baby Dad's Day, or just if you want to be non-identified, then happy day. To if you still go out and celebrate some sort of situation today for you as well. Holy crap. Okay. Let me just say, we finally have a official date, July. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. No, not July. My apologies. I have an exact time frame for flight now, July 13th. Now let's back up. Okay, we have an official release date of June 29th for US, and then the 30th for Europe, and so on. So with that, 9/1 will drop on June 29th. But remember, for those that may not know, let me reiterate that. Take that back. It's going to take two weeks to get your flight available before it's unlocked. So that puts us at July 13th. So I'm sitting here looking at my calendar, counting the days, and I'm like, flight. So if you are too, share with me, and speaking of that, share with me what you're all up to get by until then. I've been right out straight like a mad chica, just running around with her head cut off, trying to get settled into this chaos right now. But I'm not gonna get too much into that. But just to add on to the dates, we've got like the raid unlock coming up. That's July 6th. And then we have the raid finder wing 1. That's dropping July. Whoops, I'm just hard to read that over there. The 27th. I'm trying to go off camera because no one wants to stare at my terrible alopecia up here. I'm doing something about that though. The end of September. That's a story for a different day as we get closer. As long as I don't want to just say it, even though I've made this horrendously massive deposit for something. So we're gonna have to see how that unfolds, because this is a long time coming for me. So, and like I said, my apologies. I shouldn't have to apologize, because God forbid nature's taking over, and I'm doing my best to slow it down, but there's only so much you can do. We have pretty decent DNA, thank goodness, because a lot of family members already had it much sooner. So I'm grateful, and that's thanks to me not putting a lot of garbage in my body. Plus not all those other chemicals. We have enough life world things happening to our body, from the stresses to the everyday little microorganisms and everything else that's slowly deteriorating us eventually. It's just, I wish we could all have a way, well, there is a way, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But just a way to reinforce our bones with a similar sort of titanium. That would be excruciatingly painful. And many would not even survive past that. But it's just being able to have access to different things like that. That's all I'm getting at. I'm just sharing how I wish we could do that. And then we continue on the raid finder, just to kind of swing back, wrap up these dates for you. Wing 3, that's August. Wait, did I read that right? Yes, August 10th. And then the 24th is the final wing as well. And I know for some morale's pretty low right now, and it's really hard to bounce back, and it's been difficult. And I hope you're all not sort of sweating in your own sweat, and you're able to stay cool at some location, or being able to function through some of this. Some thrive. Some like this really extreme humidity. Some say it's just a short period of time. I'd rather take it without any of it at any moment or any second. But sadly, moving in this weekend was... I had a lot of my sunscreen on, so I was protected as well. And then hormone therapy helps too, from what I was talking about earlier. And we officially had move-in day. And it did happen... there is some pros and cons to how I'm feeling about it right now. I wish I could be celebrating. I've been getting a handful of folks saying, congratulations. Half of them are saying it sort of nonchalant, or kind of like there isn't much passion behind that, or they're just saying it generically. But that's frivolous. That's not my point. I would usually say, well, I would share in the celebration with you, but it's a little difficult right now because I have if I got into my yoga stance or my little Indian pose, I would have to say to an old friend that I'm sorry I let you down, and I wasn't able to do what I had hoped, and I tried very, very, very hard to do something, and it broke my heart. And I just want them to know that they don't need to worry, that I'm in anguish already every single day about it. And I hate it. and it breaks my heart. But that's all I want to say about that. I'm not going to get into what all that means. I think if someone has popped over here that knows the individual, and it's just as like if I was like meditating like a Jedi, I would say to my old friend, you know, I tried very, very hard and I failed. I wish I could have done something different, and it just tore me up, and I'm still beating myself up every single day about it. So there's no need to come at me from other directions and beat me up anymore. I'm already going through enough heck on wheels, if you will. So I just hope we can find some solace in that mess and move on. And I think with that, it's not trying to go to a dark place or anything like that today. I just wanted to share a few minutes with you all, kind of where I'm coming from. And then I'm exhausted. I'm in a lot of pain. It's a very saddening and 1,000 feelings flying through my head. And it's not the ideal situation. Okay, and that I'm just going to touch on that for now, and there's some other circumstances in there that I'm not going to burden or get into. It's just I'm not going to cross certain lines, and I hope someone else doesn't do the same. And that's all I ask of an individual. And I'm still offering my respect, even though whatever the situation had turned out to be. Not by choice, but excuse me, sorry. So I think with that, we're going to kind of shift gears, and I'm sure if there was a very difficult and challenging thing that someone has had to deal with, you know, if you'd like to share that in the comments, you can. Share if you had a similar experience having to go through something really, really tough and traumatic and frustrating. That's all I mean. I don't mean to have someone come back and put negative rebuttals about what was said or who did this or who did that. It actually says in a certain legal document not to be doing anything online or not to be harming through an individual, through a family member or friend member or someone that knows an individual like that. And they're not supposed to be doing it. So that's all I'm touching on. I'm also not dropping names to protect those involved. I wish others would do the same for me. It's really saddening that most people are terrible, horrible, gross, disgusting human beings, and they won't even care about dropping things like that. It's a form of respect of kind of where I come from as an individual, and I feel it's important not to do that. And I bent over backwards to try to do my best to help in some form or fashion. And I think for now, I'm going to just kind of leave it at that. And I think it just allows us, and especially as a psychiatrist, it's just allowing us to have more things to discuss, to talk about, and to kind of open up and just share in the moment of kind of what we're going through. And so with that, with the chaos of moving day and that other situation and dealing with the aftermath stresses of that every single day and all these other things that go on top of that, and you know, family members and friends and other people, you know, and it doesn't mean that we're focusing on the negative, and a lot of others are suffering and they've got their own struggles right now too, of course, and I'm always remembering that. Just be nice if someone could slow down and go, you know, it'd be a nice hugs. Remember hugs? I need a hug. Oh, like Donkey said in Shrek. So I think it's just taking some time to kind of sit back, relax, kind of contemplate about things that are going on with yourself, and I think that can allow us to help us feel our way through this. By the way, on a quick side note, if it sounds like it's very echoey in here, I'm still putting stuff in here. So it's been kind of, and I'll get into that another time. It's just something I'm not comfortable working on or talking about at the moment. I know when you're an individual online, you kind of like you really open your doors to a lot of what you are and who you are and surrounding. You're trying to keep some level of sanity and peace in that, and it's not so simple. You can't just go out and just say everything. Then sadly there's horrific, horrible, gross, disgusting human beings out there that want to steal your stuff, steal your credit, steal everything about you, and just kind of live off of it as long as they can until they're caught. And it's a horrific thing. You can't really open up and say every little thing about you. Some will. I'm just not that kind of an individual to do that. And I would ask for the respect in return. Sadly, a very large amount of human beings won't make any attempt at that. They're very selfish. They don't care about respect. They don't care about any of that. And we know that sometimes it crosses a line for survival. But in that sense, I think we have to step back. We have to try to think about that. A lot of them won't even get that chemical to release in that part of their brain to process that. They're already gone. And we always think there's a chance to come back. And don't get me wrong, I always have that little microscopic piece of hope. It always gets so tiny after constantly, seeing the human race kind of give up on all these things, and it's exhausting. But at the same time, I try to, like, my before we lost my gram, I always worked to be the best human being I can be to the best of my ability. And I'm not out to make everyone happy. I'm not out to make extreme compromises, but at the same time, I try to continue to function and do small things that help give back in this way or that way, sometimes big things. And I keep trying to fight, and it's very, very... A lot of people want the easy way out. They want to just give up and call it. All right, one last question we had come in of the Valor points. Will those cross over? And a lot of people have been digging deep to find this information. The Valor points, that is a good question. We haven't got hot fixes. We haven't had another interview that went into those small details. But we have checked PTR, and it seems they have reset. But it could also mean that we are just, as we usually see at the end of each season, they'll get reset. Now, there is a small possibility there that it might not reset, and you could use them. But most likely, a lot of times when we have new types of currency, if you will, in the game, usually by the time either like the expansion ends or a major patch ends, a lot of times we'll see that get turned from points, and it will turn into a small value of gold. And so that, or if someone ends up using a lot of those points prior to it. But again, please don't take my advice and think, well, then I guess I better spend it beforehand or after it doesn't reset. And you're like, Dr. Fox, you said it was okay to, spend it. Now we have I would have had all these points and this better gear. And as I said, this goes everything that is mentioned. There is always that risk. Okay, so all I'm saying is, to answer your question, there's no guarantee that it will be that way. And I think with that, we're going to kind of wrap up with the question, what are you all working on until while you wait? Or are you not going to wait when it comes out either? Are you going to do something else? I know our guild, we were working on a little bit when I had internet. We were working on a bit more TBC. We were tidying up, trying to get a few more quests caught up to one another. I think I've got about 2/3, a little more than half of Hellfire Peninsula done. I know there's a way. You can go grind in dungeons, as I've mentioned before. You can get groups and just grind to 70 that way. This is just the older traditional way. When it's this is the slower way. It's not the fast way, and it won't go that quickly. So, but I remember some memories at the end of original TBC before Wrath went live. We had, not only did we have the pre-patch with that big all the scourge went crazy all over, similar to what we had back during BFA. There at the tail end for that pre-patch, where you had those scourge kind of go all over the world in different spots. We had that for Wrath, and I remember as we were leaving TBC behind, there was some things to tidy up. Like, this is with every expansion, and I think just kind of taking that forward, it kind of reminds me of what we're going to approach as we get towards the tail end, and how things will change in the next expansion. I know achievements are coming. I've been waiting a long time for that, so I hope, again, no guarantee. They haven't officially announced Wrath, but I'm hoping at least we go to the end of Wrath, and then I can kind of wait there, because once Cata came, like, the whole world changed, and I don't know if we'll see anything beyond that. But all right, I think with that, we're gonna wrap it up. I was gonna do calendar, but there's no internet, so I can't really do calendar. Maybe I'll do a supplement tomorrow if I can. It's gonna be a busy day. I'm gonna be without transport for about a week, so it's, well, starting tomorrow. So I've kind of hunkered down. I got a lot of plans this week to try to focus on working on some things here around the house, I hope. And I'm excited today. I think we get our first delivery between, that's why I'm doing the weekend update now. I want to get it done. That way I can upload it tomorrow. So sadly, you won't see this until tomorrow. I'll try to get my supplement on. We're supposed to be getting internet tomorrow from 8 until noon. So I think by the time it get post, that should let you know that I got internet. I have a data plan, but I hate burning it up so quickly trying to upload a video, and then I don't have a lot of data left. And if I can just wait less than 24 hours, I should have internet back. And then hopefully by the afternoon, and we don't usually get on till 11 or noonish anyway with the guild. So it will be till, like they said, from 8 to 1. But let's hope we get lucky and they'll show up like midday, mid-morning or something, like a couple hours, 9:30, 10-ish or something. It's kind of weird because I had it set up. We did the closing at 10:30, and I met the owner. He's a really sweet guy, and he told me that Red Zone Wireless truck was here when he left. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, we had it from noon to 5 because I knew originally I was going to have it the following Monday, which is now tomorrow anyway. And I had said that. I said, my luck. We're going to get to the end of the day. No one showed or something happened. And it's going to be Monday. And sure enough, it ended up turning into Monday. And I see this happen all the time. And I feel like that one quick reference, I think, to that South Park episode when they made fun of how much of that large time frame, chunk of time where you have to wait for cable companies and they get ready to take the Velcro off their That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, because I know this is a family channel. So, but if you've never seen that episode, then you know what I'm talking about, and I know what reference you're talking, and that's what it feels like. And so I what am I supposed to say? I'm not gonna like be one of those horrible or these horrible, nasty, gross, disgusting human beings that are so impatient and angry and be like, you have to, like, why scream at them? It's not gonna make a difference. No one's gonna get in a truck and come out and give you internet before the weekend. It's fine. I didn't have internet, I think, till like my late 27, 28 anyway. It's fine. I've got limited data. I can live off of that. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Besides, I knew it might be so busy this week, and I am. This is literally the first time I'm sitting down. I would literally Friday and Saturday, I got up so early. I was up at like 5 o'clock. All day, and I don't think I went to bed Friday night until like 10:30 or midnight, and I was already nervous about the circumstance. And then last night, I didn't get off my feet, I think, until almost 12:30 midnight, not excluding the time I had to drive to help my brother with some things yesterday. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, bro. No, I'm always glad to help. I just mean, I'm talking about like running around. And I literally didn't lay down, and I blinked, and it was this morning. And I've been busy all morning just putting around. Like I worked on some of the kitchen, and I'm just trying to work on room after room after room. Just a little bit here and a little bit there, or something I need. And I still got more things in the travel trailer. I'm probably maybe a little more than halfway of the travel trailer stuff pulled out here. It's just a little teardrop. It's like 17 feet, but there's still some on the dinette area. There's still some crates I got to bring in. There's a few more kitchen pots and pans and some other items I got to bring in. I think I got pretty much all the food out of there. I did. One of the first things I did was get the refrigerated items in here because that little mini fridge was starting to defrost, and I can't wait to give you the tour. We'll have to do the tour pretty soon. And if you see me relaxing for 5 seconds and you see this blue and black thing behind me, I have assembled. I have never, ever, ever owned a game chair, and I am excited to be enjoying for the first time a nice little gaming chair because I want to be comfy. And it actually is pretty good. Some people will say that it's not. I wish it had like one of the little footrest ones, but I can't afford those. I ordered the old table that I used to have. The last leechers that had lived with me, they took the table. They will say that they didn't. They asked. They said it. They told me that I said it was okay, but it's fine. There was some dents and scratches on the corners. I kind of wanted a new one anyway. It's fine. At least I got the table assembled this morning so I could sit and talk to you all. That was my goal today. After get through, and I did a mini brunch today. I'm just so exhausted. This is the first time I'm sitting down, having a nice conversation, trying to catch up with y'all. I appreciate any of you sticking around this long. Like I said, I'm going to kind of wrap this up. I'm just talking a little bit more now than I normally or usually do. And I just appreciate you spending a little time with me today. It really means a lot. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for coming along. Hope you take 2 things that will help you function through the week. Call me in the morning. And then I think with that, we're going to kind of leave it there. And I will probably see you on Monday, midday, late afternoon, depending on when or if I get internet tomorrow. I don't know. My luck, I'll have to upload this later in the week. But you're still getting a supplement from me this week. So even though this is a weekend update, it's now going to be the first part of the week. And a lot of these weekend update information is things that have already happened, and you're getting them probably from some other person that watch you. They've got thousands of views. It's fine. I don't care about views. It's fine. I'm just doing it for the enjoyment, and to just kind of hang out and hit some bullet points while we have a nice little discussion. And I think with that, we're going to kind of wrap this up. And once again, have a good week, and we will see you later.